friends, and welcome to After GMS. We just went live on the News 2 Facebook page. We see several of you are joining us this morning, some familiar faces, some new viewers, so we really appreciate you spending part of your morning with us here.
I'm trying to get there.
Yeah, okay. I'm Megan Malera.
I'm almost there.
He's getting himself up on the feed. I'm Megan Malera. Here with meteorologist Christian Morgan. Weather-wise, we've had a little bit of everything this week, from a tropical system with a lot of rain, cooling down very briefly, and now a big warm up again.
Yeah, Fred's long gone from the Piedmont, and that heat and humidity have wasted absolutely no time coming back to the party. Of course, it is a nice look across the triad this morning. We have some in the way of blue sky, a little bit of those high clouds filtering overhead from time to time. 71 right now out the door in Greensboro. Hello to you. 72 in Winston-Salem. Good morning there as well. 72 down in Asheboro and 72 in Lexington. 69 in High Point. Of course, even though Fred's long gone, it's still very, very tropical feeling outside. We have plenty of humidity, dew points in the upper 60s and low 70s. That air that you can wear is still going to stick to you as you walk out the door today. A couple showers that have been moving over our mountains. I know the last place that really need those, but they are fizzling out as they approach the foothills and will die out before they make it into the triad this evening. So where is Fred right now? Well, it's actually up in New England, causing the same kinds of issues. Rain, storms, flooding concerns in New York as well, and it will push back on off out the coast as we go into the next couple days. Of course, here at home, our big player in the weather game today will be a bit of a cold front that starts to dig south. It's not really much of a front. It's more of a little upper level trough, as we like to call it, but it's easier denoted here with the cold front on the map. As it gets closer, it will increase our chances for showers and thunderstorms as we go into this evening and as we go into your Friday as well. Also helps to push Fred back out to sea. And the other thing it does is help to push Tropical Storm Henri back out over the ocean. It keeps it off the coast of North Carolina. Of course, that is good news. Game plan for today. No issues this morning. We'll see partly sunny skies through lunchtime in the early afternoon, on our way to 90 degrees again. But once we get into that time frame, mainly after about 3 or 4 o'clock, I expect us to see a few scattered showers and thunderstorms popping up. They will be hit or miss, and the severe weather threat is low today. But nonetheless, we will watch for some of those to get a little on the strong side, possibly with some heavy rain, maybe some gusty winds, possibly some frequent lightning as well. Once we lose the daytime heating, most of that action will come to an end. We'll see mostly clear skies tonight, dropping back down to around 70 degrees. And this is Tropical Storm Henri. Borderline a hurricane with 70 mile per hour winds, about 500 miles off the coast of Cape Hatteras, North Carolina. Now, watch, it's going to do this funky turn. It's going to take that sharp turn to the north. Reason for that? Well, that cold front comes by and kind of pushes it back out to sea. Likely it'll be a hurricane, though, over the weekend. So the rain, the wind stay off the coast of North Carolina, but it will increase the rip current risk. It will cause for high surf as well. And there's already going to be a full moon too. So once you factor that in, I absolutely think there's going to be some beach erosion issues and likely some flooding across Highway 12, of course, in the Outer Banks. Of course, that typical trouble spot where we always see flooding concerns. So keep that in mind. If you're headed to the beaches this weekend, probably best just to stay on land. Probably best just to stay on the sand this weekend. Saturday, never too early to look at the weekend here in the Piedmont, upper 80s, near that 90-degree mark with scattered showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Sunday is mainly a dry day of weather. We're back on our way to 90 degrees again, and we'll have that low chance of an isolated shower or thunderstorm in the afternoon and evening hours. And that'll be the same story as we go into next week. Plenty hot, plenty humid. We'll be up around 90 for most days, and we'll run that low chance of an isolated shower or pop-up thunderstorm each afternoon.
Well, today you have a great opportunity to help families who are struggling to afford school supplies. We know that's a reality with so many families, and the pandemic really changed finances for a lot of families. So we heard teachers earlier say that they don't necessarily know which students in their class are having trouble affording school supplies. That's why we're teaming up with the Guilford Education Alliance to help alleviate some of the strain on teachers' paycheck because they oftentimes compensate for that. WFMY News' Denise McMiller is live with how you can help us with our Tools for School collection drive. Hi, Denise.
Well, this is a great campaign to make sure our children have the supplies they need to have a successful school year. We are live here at the Battleground Avenue Walmart with our News 2 Tools for School bin set up. And we've been out here for close to about 2 hours now. So let's take a look and see what donations we've gotten so far. So we've got about half a box full, but we've still got some time for folks to come and donate. Again, this helps students to make sure that they have the tools they need. So these supplies will go to the teacher's supply warehouse, and these teachers will be able to go into that warehouse warehouse and make sure that they are able to have the supplies they need in their classrooms. I actually spoke to a teacher earlier this morning, and she mentioned that even on the first day of school, there are children that walk into her classroom that do not have supplies. So she has to come out of her pocket to make sure that these students have what they need. And thanks to this warehouse, these teachers can go in, grab those supplies, and get them for free. So these donations really make a difference. We are trying to fill all these bins up to make sure students have the supplies they need. Now, we will be here until 6 p.m. today, so come out and meet our News 2 team. We'll be out here. We actually have these handy cards here, so when you go inside to grab your groceries or go shopping, you can get one of these cards and it'll let you know what supplies are needed. As you're heading out, you can drop some of the supplies in one of these bins to help out these students and these teachers as well. And if you can't make it out today, you can donate through September 3rd, or you can even drop off donations at the Teacher Supply Warehouse. We'll have that information on our website at WFYNews2.com.
Let's get to our first talker. Already a few of you weighing in on this. If you have tickets to see Garth Brooks in Charlotte, you should be getting a refund soon. The country music star canceled 5 stadium tour concerts due to COVID-19. We want you to weigh in. Do you think more fall events will get canceled due to COVID-19? Drop us a comment here while we tell you more about this decision. A spokesperson for Garth Brooks' tour said the team will continue monitoring the virus's impact and watch how schools, sports, and other entertainment entities are handling this stage of the pandemic. Ticketmaster will issue a refund to the original method of payment used at the time of purchase. Melvina said all large concerts and events should be canceled this fall. If people want them, get vaccinated and mask up. Mark said it will be this way until people get vaccinated. And we heard from some of you who said, unfortunately, you do think that events this fall are going to be canceled. I know Bobby said he felt that way. Gloria said, sadly, I think so. Another viewer commented she was surprised that the governor didn't shut some things down yesterday when he gave his COVID update, explaining the rising hospitalizations. Christian, I think it's really going to be interesting to see what happens this fall. And I think weather is really going to play a large part of that. You know, a concert, and I'm not necessarily saying I agree or disagree with what Garth Brooks did, but a concert venue inside where you're in close proximity with people who are singing the words to songs is going to be a higher transmission level threat than, say, an outside festival. We've heard, you know, the experts talk about those various transmission levels and how well you can socially distance and how the outside air oftentimes can help mitigate the spread of COVID-19. So I think if we get good weather this fall and these festivals are able to hold their events outside and able to ensure that people can distance, maybe they'll implement some kind of masking protocols or vaccination or proof of negative test requirement.
Right.
But I think they should be able to go on at least in some capacity.
I agree. You know, I don't think we should just, you know, slash it all at once. You know, like you said, it's obviously, we've seen the science, it's much safer to be outside. And I kind of look at it just because I play music and I play here locally. I look at it from a local standpoint.
Right.
You know, a lot of these festivals and concerts that towns are doing, you know, my band's playing a couple this weekend, they are outside and they're in big open spaces where there's plenty of room to social distance and plenty of room, you know, to have your own kind of personal space. And so I think, obviously, I think we'll see those stick a whole lot more than we will, than we will maybe the indoor concerts, or maybe if local towns and communities have concerts that they've scheduled in maybe concert halls or little theaters locally, maybe they have an option where they're thinking about moving those outside. You know, but like you said, I think it will be still continued a fluid situation, but as long as they're outside, I think we'll mostly see the outdoor things stick around.
Yeah, we have a lot of big things coming up. I mean, Barbecue Festival comes to mind in Lexington. Last we heard, they were making plans to do this in some capacity once things started reopening. Of course, that could change with rising Delta numbers. We know another recent festival in Davidson County, the Ag Festival, was canceled due to COVID concerns. And so I think we'll just have to see how long this Delta wave lasts. I
also think, you know, when it comes down to it, I think it also depends on maybe the clientele that's coming out. You know, maybe at some point, if the event is more catered to, you know, our elderly population, maybe they might scale it back, or maybe they think about postponing it. And also have to think about, you know, this past weekend we had the Wyndham, and we had fans back at the Wyndham Championship for the first time in a year. But it was a much scaled down version. There weren't as many fans allowed as there had been in the past. So I think just kind of changing things or maybe modifying the way we do them still for the next little while is going to be the safest thing to do.
And we have a few comments here wanting to know more about your
Oh,
band,
boy.
Christian. So I'll let you reply to those where they can hear you sing. Let's get to these morning headlines here now. The National Weather Service confirms 2 tornadoes touched down in Wilkes County as the storm swept through our area. Some people took video of the funnel cloud just before it made contact with the ground. The storm tore siding off a home in Rhonda and destroyed a barn, but thankfully no one was hurt. We now know the names of the final 2 vaccine lottery winners. The $1 million prize went to a woman from the Triad. On the left of your screen, Lily from Yadkin County. And on the right is the final winner of the college scholarship, a 15-year-old named Breland from Gardner. She's a student athlete hoping to go to UNC Chapel Hill. Here's our next talker here. This is a fun one. It's only August, but pumpkin spice foods and flavors already returning to grocery store shelves. I saw some fall candles the other day. I may or may not have bought them. When do you start thinking about fall foods? During the fall season, all year round, maybe spring? Let us know in the comments below. If this all year for Christian. If the seemingly endless summer heat wave already has you craving autumn, Dunkin' is right there with you. The donut and coffee chain released its pumpkin spice latte and other fall menu items yesterday, earlier than it ever has. Starbucks released its popular pumpkin items August 25th last year, but has not announced this year's release date yet. I love some pumpkin spice, but for me it's temporary because then I'm on to the peppermint, which I could drink all year round.
That's so good.
You know, but pumpkin is good while it lasts. It definitely sets you in the mindset for fall, the cooler weather. It's just hard to get into that frame of mind when it's still 90 degrees and muggy outside.
I know. I put the peppermint. I put the peppermint over the pumpkin spice.
Yeah.
But I think about it and I drink it and I get hot, like
Right.
you mentioned. So we have to wait until we're kind of done with these 90-degree days. But anything about fall I look forward to. Just even thinking about fall makes it feel at least a little bit refreshing because I know it's not that far away.
Yeah, I'm trying to find some comments earlier because I saw some coming into our feed saying we just need some cooler weather now. Some other viewers had written that they loved the pumpkin flavor. I saw a ton of Halloween candles at a local store the other day. Halloween and fall scented everything, really.
I even know people who got their fall decorations out already.
Really?
Even some people who work
early?
here. Marissa Tansino.
Oh.
She's also a big fall lover. We talk a lot about that on our Saturday show. But you know, anything that you can do, and you know, I think people are just trying to maybe feel cooler, trying to feel like fall is close. So put out the decorations, go get the pumpkin spice, whatever you got to do to make it feel like fall.
I usually wait till later in September to put out the fall decorations, but you know, this summer's been so hot that I don't blame you if you're starting early. Looks like
you mentioned this too. I know you like hot weather, but for me, I feel like it's just been exceptionally hot the last several weeks, months.
Yeah, it has. The mugginess, the tropical air, just the humidity in general.
It makes a difference.
The dew points, using a weather term that you've taught us.
Makes a difference.
Well, yeah, so we have some comments coming in. Gloria said, I'm a foodie, pumpkin spice, me, and she put a lot of heart emojis next to that. Tish loves pumpkin spice. Tammy said, I love fall. And then Jessica said, business is picking up. I make candles and people are feeling fall early this year. I also think people need a diversion from everything going on with COVID and the pandemic. They think, okay, decorating for the holidays. I mean, yes, look at what happened with Christmas last year. People were leaving their Christmas decorations up way later than even February because they just wanted to feel in the mood.
Absolutely. Anything that brings you joy, anything that kind of take your mind off everything that's happening. Make you feel happy. You do you. All right?
And you do the weather.
I'll do the weather. If you want to feel like fall, well, just think about it because we don't have any fall weather. Sorry, that's a long ways down the road. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be humid forever. It sure seems like, doesn't it? Plenty of that humidity, plenty of heat to go around. 90 this afternoon. We'll watch for some scattered showers and thunderstorms for your Thursday afternoon, again for your Friday afternoon, and Saturday we'll have the best chance over the weekend. Again, all of these are hit or miss chances for storms. It's not going to rain or storm all the time everywhere. Saturday will be the best chance of the weekend to do that. We're in the upper 80s on Saturday. By Sunday, it's mainly a dry day of weather, just that low chance of an isolated shower or pop-up storm in the evening. Back up around 90 degrees, and we'll copy and paste that for Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday too.
By the way, Joanne said she has a secret pumpkin recipe that her family always insists she make. It is secret, but maybe we can get you to crack the code, Joanne.
Come on, Joanne, you know you want to.
Yes. We'll keep it. We'll
For
keep it
us,
private.
just for us.
Okay, all right, let's wrap this up here. Thank you so much for joining us on After GMS. We had fun talking with you, interacting with you, sharing your opinions. We always appreciate your participation. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place.
See you then.